I'm really just blessed by the fact that I'm in charge and he's not.
Hello, Woolies, and welcome back to the 3-2-1 interviews. We ask 3 questions about school, 2 personal questions, and 1 fun hypothetical. This week, I'm interviewing Mr. Myers. So, students are hearing that the school has to rework the budget with so there's a deficit, I've heard. So, as students, we want to know, how is this going to affect us?
Yeah. No, so unfortunately this year's a difficult budget year. I know in the 12 years that I've been here, the town's been incredibly supportive, incredibly generous. Our budgets have always grown. But I think because of the cost of healthcare, the cost of just electricity and heating oil, all the expenses of running a school, or running a town, it's gotten pretty expensive. So we were not able to have the budget that I would like to have for Millbury. But having said that, we want to make sure that if we have to cut our budget, we do it in a way that affects students the least, if possible. And also, we want to do it in a way that affects our staff the least. So I don't want to lose anybody. We've got a great staff, pre-K through 12. We've got some awesome teachers, awesome counselors, awesome administrators. So we're trying to balance those two, and hopefully we're able to balance the budget by cutting stuff. We don't need as much, copy paper. We don't need as much, you name it. But at the end of the day, we only have so much stuff that we can cut because we're a people organization. It's people working with people all day long. So eventually we're going to have to eliminate some positions, but again, in a way that we hope won't affect our staff much, maybe through attrition, or won't affect our kids. But again, we've been blessed. A lot of our neighbors have had to cut year after year after year. I don't know if you're following what's happening in Grafton, but they're cutting folks left and right, and they have been for a couple of years. And we've been blessed with a community that really supports the school. So this is the first time we've had to make some tough choices.
I know in recent years we've had the new Shaw School, the new athletic complex. We're getting the new roof this summer. Next 5 years, what is there big for the district?
So I have an idea, but before I share my idea, I'm wondering if do you have anything on your mind, or in just chatting with your friends, that you would like to see along the lines of like a new roof? That's expensive. A new school is incredibly expensive. The new fields, it's really nice. So what should we focus on next?
I mean, I've always been in support of a bigger band room,
Yes.
or bigger band area.
Absolutely.
It was built in 1980, and it's made for a band less than half the size of ours, and it's just too cramped in there. So a bigger one of those would certainly be great. I know that would be expensive. I know that's probably at the bottom of the list.
I don't know if you've had a chance to go to other newer high schools and see their band rooms, but I completely agree with you. Gorgeous, the things that they can do with that space now. And you're right, that band room is original to the school. So I think that a renovation, not a renovation, but an expansion of that whole side of the school, the band room, the gym, and the locker rooms, they need a lot of love, and to just reimagine what that would look like. And we'd have to figure out how much space it would be, but that would be an amazing project. I don't know if there would be enough funding or support to do that in town, but you never know. I was thinking, I like your idea better than my idea. So my idea was except the Shaw School, with the exception of the Shaw School, the desks, the furniture in your classrooms, it's pretty old, right?
Yeah.
And it's not really conducive to the way teachers teach anymore. So I'd love to throw all that old furniture away and get new, comfortable seating. Have you been to Mrs. Cronin's room?
I haven't, but
yeah,
I see the idea. That would be great. I mean,
Yeah.
Students have been learning the same way for the last 150 years.
Yes.
It's time for a change.
So, but if I had a choice, I'd do an expanded band room and gym. Keep the old
course.
desk, better band room and gym.
So, being the superintendent, I mean, students don't really know a whole lot about you, I imagine. What's something surprising that we might not realize is part of your job? What's something you're responsible for that you don't think of?
Yeah, so I think when I have these conversations with people, they assume the most difficult or dramatic part of my job is calling a snow day. That's actually pretty easy, because weather information is online 24/7. It's not like I need to get up and watch TV at 3 a.m. to see what's going to happen. Actually, the most difficult and interesting part of my job that I think people don't really anticipate or appreciate is, as you know, Mr. Mara, who was the junior high assistant principal, longtime athletic director, he's now the assistant business manager. In his office, as you saw when you came in, is right across the hall from my office.
Yeah.
And I spend a majority of my day just making sure that he doesn't do or say anything that will get us all in trouble. Just keeping him in line to make sure he does his job correctly. Because, man, that is, yeah. If you know Mr. Mara, you know what I'm talking about.
Now, moving on to the personal questions. Before getting into administration, you were an English teacher, right?
I was an English teacher.
So what did you enjoy about that? Like, do you have any stories?
So I can remember in college trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I changed my life plan a couple of times between high school and college. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Then I thought, I really love talking about ideas with people, and I could never work in a place where I was alone or just in a cubicle or not interacting with a lot of people all day. And so what better way to spend my life than talking with young people about really cool ideas. And literature is full of cool ideas and cool characters and really neat circumstances. I absolutely loved teaching English. And towards the end of my career, I found that 10th grade English was, because that's about my maturity level, that's where I really enjoyed teaching. And I don't miss the grading, to be honest with you, but I do miss the classroom.
So I take it you've been in a lot of book clubs. I feel like that would be a thing that you would enjoy.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Mara and I are in a book club. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, as a math guy, he reads very little, actually, so I'm really pushing him to become more literate.
Yeah, that's interesting dynamic. Former English teacher, checking on the former math teacher, right?
I'm really just blessed by the fact that I'm in charge and he's not.
So here you're left-handed, so what are the challenges about that that right-handed people might not know? So
first of all, hello to all my left-handed brethren out there. Whenever I see a left-handed person, I feel like a connection to them. And I have to say, I complain a lot about being a lefty in a right-handed world, probably more than I should, because honestly, being left-handed has never held me back. I've had some run-ins with my chainsaw because my chainsaw is designed for a right-handed person, and I use it backwards, right? But really, I think my pet peeve, and I express this a lot, is like the whole concept of left-handed scissors. Have you tried using left-handed scissors?
I mean, until recently I didn't understand. I guess it's like the way it's asymmetrical, like it's more comfortable to use it with a certain hand. It still works either way.
Yeah, I found that it's a scam. It's a total scam. Like left-handed scissors are like a trivial gift that they've given to the left-handed world to say, here, this is an accommodation that will help you be more successful. They're terrible. I have to learn right-handed scissors. Did you know, back in the day, this is true, as a kindergarten student, I can remember this, my teacher saw that I was writing left-handed and said, no, that's wrong, that's backwards. You need to write with your right hand. I'm like, okay, whatever. And my handwriting was equally terrible, so eventually she let me switch back. But I'm thinking, what a message to send somebody that some innate part of their personhood is quote-unquote backwards. So I've had a little grudge about that for a little while.
Yeah, my grandmother, she was left-handed at first, and she, when she was in school, she was like forced to write right-handed, and I think she's still a righty. So
yeah. Now, having said that, it's like if you do, like you could become left-handed if you had to over time. It would be awkward and difficult, and eventually you get the hang of it. Like, for example, I grew up with a bunch of family and friends who were all right-handed, and I just naturally, when they would like go out and throw the baseball around, I'd grab the right-handed glove because that's all that was around, and I'd throw like a right-handed person, and I just learned how to do that.
Moving on to the hypothetical.
Hypothetical, okay.
So, let's say you have full control of the school's budget and an extra $50 million. What do you do with it?
Ooh, $50 million. That is, that's a lot of money. So $50 million, you could, like we were talking about the gym and band renovation. I think $50 million could definitely turn that side of the building into something incredible. But I'm thinking, like, what could I do with $50 million that would impact generations of children in Millbury in a really profound way? And honestly, I think the most significant thing that we could do that would impact the most people, water park. I think I'm thinking like a Great Wolf Lodge on steroids. Like, we've got like all the like slides, the lazy river, the wave pool. I think that would be amazing with maybe like I'm thinking like a safari theme, like throwing a giraffe or a hippo or something.
I see.
I mean, that would be something as a legacy that I would be really proud of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone is going to forget you after that.
Agreed.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jamie. Take it easy.